2 a.m. when I'm filming this video, and I have so many things to tell you guys that I could not wait any longer. Like, there are so many things going in my mind. I had to put this in a video. The things I have realized in 1 month that I think is gonna change my whole life. Like, I'm literally serious. And I'm putting this video on the internet, and I just hope that someone finds it and it helps in their business as well. I know it's tough. Like, a month ago I was lost. I did not have any idea how to grow my business. Like, I have a shop, but it was not going anywhere. I felt stuck for months. My shop launch has failed multiple times. Finally having the idea like how to get out of this is like fucking crazy. So a month ago I came across this concept, like you need to have 4 personalities to run a business, and that starts with number 1 the technician, number 2 the manager, number 3 the communicator, and number 4 is the entrepreneur. Like, you might think what bullshit I'm spitting, but I'm serious, guys. Let me explain everything. Like, this is gonna help you big time. I know, like, I'm an artist, and people watching me, like you guys, are mostly artists too. So what happens is, like, we are overly subscribed with the idea that we are artists and we need to constantly create. But you need to realize that when you start a business, it's not about just making art. Like, maybe making art would be like 10% of the whole business, and that's it. You need to think bigger, and that's why I said none of these roles should overlap with each other. So think of it like this: you are an artist, and that is the technician part of the job. Like, you are doing the ground level job. Okay, so you are an artist, you are making products, but who is gonna keep you on check? Manager personality. You have to have this manager personality to keep yourself in check. Like, if you're posting on time, if you're shop updating on time, like, you need to have that in check. Otherwise you are gonna slack off and maybe keep creating art just out of enjoyment, but that won't work if you're running a business. Running a business is more than just making the art. So you need that manager personality. But it's funny, but having the manager and the technician personality, it's not gonna do the whole job. If you want your product to sell on online where people can't even touch your product, they can't feel what you sell, you need your words to do the job. You need your visual, your everything that you can do in front of camera to do the job. There is no alternative, none. So the job I feel communicator has is marketing. You made a product, you managed to finish that product by time, you made the shop update, but who is gonna know that you have a product on your shop? You need to tell people that you have that product, but in a way that will sell. Might have mentioned the word sell multiple times, but let's be real. You are running a business. The word selling, pricing will come up multiple times. I can't help that. You are running a business. But wait, it feels like I'm threatening you. Wait, hold on. I'm just overly excited about this, okay? Because I'm gonna use all my advice. Like, I'm putting this out here so I don't ever forget that this is what we need to run a business. Having a good printer, having a good camera, drawing nicely is not gonna work. You need a bigger perspective than that. So lastly, what the entrepreneur does. The job of the entrepreneur is to dream big. Like, where your shop will be going, where your brand will be going. You need to know that. You need to have a vision and a goal. Otherwise you are gonna go off track multiple times, like I did multiple times. I just had the technician personality in me. I drew all the time. I posted it online. I didn't have the manager, the communicator, neither the entrepreneur soul in me. That's why in last 2 years I did not achieve things I wanted, because I saw people doing this, I saw them achieving their dreams, but all of them knew how business works and I didn't. And I know that a lot of you are struggling with the same problem as well, like me. Like, we don't know. Personally, I have no business background. None of my family member were in business, like, ever. None of them. So I had to learn everything from scratch, and I don't regret it. Like, you may think like I have wasted last 2 years of my life, but I don't think so. Like, I should not ever think that, cause if I didn't fail multiple times in last 2 years, I wouldn't be here right now. Just because I failed, just because I learned from all my mistakes, that's why I'm here. I am here. I don't mean that I have achieved so many things. I just mean that I have learned and I am ready to grow. I'm ready to change my perspective. I am ready to unsubscribe all the trashy ideas, all the misconception I had about business. And I think the turning point of me thinking differently was this video by Uncomfy, because in that video she mentioned how she followed a creator and they were not selling their products. They made a community, and then when she launched her product, people bought that. And do you understand when I say this? Like, this is so crucial, this is so important. When you think about the role of a communicator, this is what they do. All about selling, and selling is not just marketing like buy my art, or the whole experience. So let me put it in my word. A month ago, I was so confused about what to do, what to post whenever I made a shop update, and that's not gonna take me anywhere. Like, I have to post, I have to convince people that spend your hard-earned money on my shop. But if I don't add any value, if I have nothing to provide valuable in return of their money, they are not gonna spend their money on my business, on my products. Like, who is gonna care that you have put 10 hours, 20 hours, or like 50 hours preparing a shop update? Like, that doesn't matter. A lot of people does that. But what's gonna sell is your story, how you did it, why you did it, and how it's gonna add value in their life experience. You need to let people know that. And your aesthetic pictures, that's not gonna do the job. You have to come forward as a person, as a small business owner, and connect with your audience. So what happened in my case, that I had so many small business owner friends, and it was so easy to daily interact with them and see what they do, but I unknowingly started to copy them. Like, I saw my friend making aesthetic post, I started to make aesthetic post. Then I saw my friend doing story time like in a soft spoken way, and I started to do that as well. Then I saw someone playing with the text like really pretty way, and I did that as well. But guess what? At the end, none of them worked. Because if you don't know, you are just copying, and you are just like trying to be someone else, like a knockoff version of someone else. Like, you are not original, and most importantly, you are gonna know that this is not you. When you start being yourself, you can be as consistent as you want. But when you try to follow others' path and be like them, you won't be able to speak like at all. So what happened for me is that I'm honestly not so aesthetic driven person. I'm not playing with a font person, and I'm not a soft spoken storyteller person. Like, nothing is bad in that. Like, if you are that kind of person, go with that. Don't try to be like others like I did. You are gonna regret that one day. Not saying like regret, but yeah, you are gonna learn so many things from your failures. But I'm just saying, like, minimize your time. You are gonna achieve the success much earlier if you start being yourself. And on the internet is nothing wrong. You are gonna be unique. Whatever personality you have, you are gonna be unique. Now, after like hearing all the advices, the question will be how did I apply that in my business? And yeah, I started doing that. I don't know if I will get the result I'm expecting, but I am hopeful, and I know like if I fail, I will be able to stand up again, cause I'm speaking in my voice, I'm being myself, and I can be myself again and again. So how I applied everything in my business? So I told you, like, I was oversubscribed with the idea of everything needs to be aesthetic, but I'm not doing that anymore. So I know myself, I know what I'm truly like, and I want to be myself from now on. And that's the point. When you make a brand, you make that aligned with yourself, so you can find people like you and provide them with value, and you are gonna ace that. When you start being yourself, you are gonna ace that. Don't pretend to be like others. So what I did for my business is I unsubscribed the idea that everything needs to be aesthetic. I unsubscribed the idea that my reel has to be aesthetic, my product video has to be aesthetic to sell. But instead, I am heavily focusing on the idea of building a community. I subscribe the idea that you need to build a community. And what I mean by that is that I know myself. I'm an introverted person. I'm socially awkward. Like last time, I went on a trip. Some of my followers and also some of my online friends asked me like, can we meet? And I declined them just because I'm like so awkward, socially awkward, that I can't meet them in real life. Like online is okay, but not in real life. Nah. So what I'm doing is I'm building this community, and I already have so many people around me that are like super introverted. So like unknowingly from last year on, I started making these relatable stickers, and I noticed that those stickers were like selling like fire. They were like flowing off the shelf like crazy. So I started to think that okay, I might have to discontinue some of my products and continue only stickers. But at that time I didn't understand that it's not the stickers that are selling, it's the idea, the relatability of the stickers that were selling, that people liked. And those stickers aligned with my personality so much, like introverted, socially awkward, crack-headed, making dark humors, making weird jokes, and that aligned with my personality. But all this time I was not showing my audience what I'm truly like I never ever thought like putting my true self in front of other can do better. Like I never thought that being myself would be a good idea. Like I was so oversubscribed with the idea that everything needs to be aesthetic. I never ever thought that people like the original me, the true fucking original me. I was so oversubscribed with the aesthetic idea that I was following other people's path, other people's liking, not my own. So for that I rebranded Disgusty. I rebranded Disgusty to align with myself, bold, authentic and real. And I can't tell you guys like how excited I am and how much peace I feel after going through this rebranding. This was very much needed. And lastly, if I have to give you guys only one advice, I will tell you that align your brand with your likings, and that's the only way you are gonna improve, you are gonna grow and make it big. All this realization has hit me hard like a train, and I want that train to hit you too. You need to have a right mindset to run this business of yours. And I really hope that all this yapping helps someone in running their business. And if it did, if you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel so I will be able to make more videos. Like I have a whole notebook dedicated to this. Like I have so many topics to talk on. So if you guys wanna see all these videos I post from now on, subscribe to my channel so it's gonna notify you every time I post something. So until the next video, bye, peace.